All right, we are on. I'm very excited. I was talking to a few old school Knees of Fury fans that I was doing this one with you today, and they were excited as well. Andre,
legends.
Nice to meet you, finally.
Nice to meet you, mate.
And you never obviously I'm a little man, but when you see someone online, you don't get a grasp of how fucking big they are. You're a big fucking getting out of that car.
Yeah, I'm on the decline though. Getting older now, you start shrinking a bit, but yeah.
Andre the Giant was your name, wasn't it, back in the day?
Yeah, Andre the Giant. Keith Ellis gave me that name, my boxing coach at that time. He's just Andre, and then obviously Andre the Giant being a wrestler from years ago, he's just sprung it. I tried to lose it when I sort of started K1 and all that.
Yeah.
But we tried to change my name to Andre the Madman, but it did not stick. Didn't work. Everyone was just straight back to Andre the Giant. So we just ran with that and kept at it.
When you were fighting in one, were you doing 4-ounce Muay Thai or K1 rules?
I was doing both.
Yeah.
Yep. 4-ounce K1 and Muay Thai. Yep.
I fucking think 4-ounce Muay Thai is the best thing to happen to Muay Thai. I love it.
Yeah,
Muay Thai purists fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's cool. I reckon it's cool as shit. It's good. You know, the wax and just everything from it. When you whack with it and your hands, it's got that, and it's a good transition to if you're going to do MMA. You know, because you get used to those 4-ounce gloves. You know.
I think it also benefits like Muay Thai fighters with good hands.
Yeah.
Because if you're like modern Muay Thai fighters, they have good boxing hands, whereas traditional Muay Thai fighters main kicking heavy. But
yeah, right.
but it benefits people that have like good boxing.
Yeah, definitely. And with the grapple and all that, you've got more, freedom and more, hands on with it and more feel in your hands, which is, a lot better than gloves. But I'm definitely a fan of it.
Well, MMA would have been like in its infancy when you started fighting, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, didn't know too much.
It wouldn't have
about
been you wouldn't have even known about it when you were fighting.
No. When I started boxing, because that's where I started off, amateur boxing, and then obviously turned to kickboxing and all that for shits and giggles. Didn't know too much about it and all that.
Can you just bring this slightly closer, just a little bit? Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, so didn't know too much about it, and then as time went on, and I was having kickboxing fights and Muay Thai fights and that. Then someone said, "Well, what about MMA?" I said, "Okay, I'll give it a crack as well." And then took a couple of crash courses in wrestling, and that's it. We went MMA, but yeah.
Do you reckon you would, if say you were a young man again and you were going down that route again, do you reckon you'd be more inclined to do MMA than kickboxing?
Yeah, I definitely, especially watching all these guys, that I fought on the card with, like, Izzy. Yeah, he fought on Knees of Fury and all that.
Beat the shit out of he didn't beat the shit out of, but he bashed Steve Behan.
Yeah, the guys like that and Bam Bam and all them guys, seeing what they've done and how they've created such a good following, good life for themselves, and so well known around the world. I think that that definitely would have been the ticket to go.
Did you fight at heavyweight?
Always.
Never even when you were younger.
Never.
So you're a natural heavy. When you look at, like, it's weird because you never really see from day to day life. Not many people see natural heavyweights. Like you see people that are a bit overweight and stuff that maybe if they trim down they could be a light heavyweight or even like a middleweight if they were fighting. But when you see like someone that's a natural heavyweight, even as a young man, it's fucking, especially in Australia, you can raise the ranks, you can level up really quickly because it's such a thin pool of people here.
Yeah, correct.
Like you could go 4-0 in Australia fairly easily if you're efficient with your MMA and you got like good athletics, and you'll be in the UFC.
Yeah, 100%. You just and me being like that, I think my lightest fight was one of the amateurs. I think I was 99 kilos. That's the lightest I've ever been. 99. And then everything after that's been over 100. And that's been, trained fit. I've never been a fat fighter. I've always, sort of had abs sort of thing. And, I've just always been around that weight. The only time they've ever said to me, one championship said, "We want you to come in at 105. That's the only time I ever had to diet for one fight, 105. And that wasn't much of a diet. I just basically fucking, instead of eating as much as I did, I dropped a couple of meals and I'd come in at 105 easy.
Knees actually tried to make a comeback this year.
Yeah, I've seen Ethan's been, because he's been doing some shows in Bali and that too.
He tried to come to Adelaide, but I don't think there was enough pro fighters for him to stack the card with or something. It just didn't end up coming into fruition. For people that never went to a Prime Knees card, fuck, they were so fun, bro.
He made us. He made a lot of us, man. I've got so much, props for Ethan and everything. Apart from being just a cool ass dude and just awesome dude to deal with, with the fighting and getting paid and everything about it, how he looked after us. Well, look at the guys that fought on his card. Look, you had Slavinsky's, you had, Izzy. You had so many good fighters that fought on his thing that come up, and look where they are now. Like even for me, like just coming over here to Adelaide and fighting, it just went next level. It was unbelievable. It was awesome. I was always at Ethan. When's the next one? When's the next one? Because I just wanted to come over here. The crowd. The atmosphere, everything was just fucking next level.
Knees was chaos, man. It was so fun. Everyone was just get wankered drunk and fucking watch fights. Yeah. But it was sick. When they were doing it at Etsa Park, you would have fought at Etsa.
Yeah, I did. Me and Paul fought at Etsa. I think we had the biggest crowd ever there.
Fucking fuck fighting Paul.
Mate, you know what? I tried everything. I went to Thailand. I worked on that big left kick and everything. Got in the ring and... Like, well, mates, like Paul was grouse, but I will not back down from anyone. I'll fight anyone, and I've always said it. I want to fight. Yeah, if someone wants to fight me, I'll fight him. I don't care if I'm out. And I've never praised myself to be like a good technical fighter or grouse and all that shit. I'll fight anyone. I just don't care. I'd rather be beat by the best than beat by some bum. And then everyone say, oh shit, he fought that guy, he fought this guy, he fought that guy. Yeah, cool. I don't care whether I lost or won. I fought him, and that was. From where I come from, even starting kickboxing, everything was a journey to me. It was fun. I'm a boy from the Commission area. Going around the world and being on billboards around the world and fighting what I did, I never thought in a million years I'd ever get to that sort of stage.
Even at 1FC was wild, because you would have been like, not meaning to sound rude, you would have been on the tail end of your fighting career.
100%, yeah. Shit,
like they caught you on the tail end. Yeah. Like imagine if it was 10 years prior, but one obviously wasn't a thing then, but you got to fought on one in your latter part of your career, which is fucking wild.
When I sit there and think, because I'm very humble with all the other parts of my fighting. I see guys like Paul and all these other guys that spent their life doing this shit, and I sort of come into it late to get myself out of a bit of a trouble. And then started boxing, then I went to kickboxing. And then I sometimes stop and think, go, fuck, man. Because when people go, you're that guy, you used to fight on one, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. And I think, fuck, actually I did. I did get there. And whether or not, whether I got beat or got bashed or whatever, but I still got there and still done it. And, mate, I had never thought I'd ever fucking go out of fighting out of the local area Sunshine. We were fighting for Keith Ellis and and Rumble in the Jungle in Werribee and stuff. I never thought I'd leave for that. And next minute I'm Dubai, K1, Japan.
Did you fight in Japan?
I fought in Japan twice. I fought K1 in Turkey. I fought obviously Dubai with GFC. I fought GFC Dubai, and that card was stacked. We had Gokhan Saki on that card. We had Badahari in the crowd.
Oh, that's wild. Badahari's the most fucking... For people who don't know, who don't follow like K1 or kickboxing or anything like that, Badahari is a fucking demon. Just a bad man.
But in and outside the ring, he's just...
Bad, man.
Yeah, and when I beat this guy, Benzo Ramzov or something like that. I can't pronounce it, but... and I sort of played up a bit a couple of nights before the fight in Dubai. I went out, a couple of drinks, did what I did anyway, 3 a.m, get home. The trainer's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, don't worry about it, we're sweet. I thought it was pretty undercover, I was all good. And then the next day we're down at breakfast, everyone's down there, you got Badahari, you got Gokhan, everyone's at breakfast. The promoter comes past me and goes, hey, how you going? I say, yeah, good. He goes, hey, I know you went out last night. He goes, you better fight good, huh? I went, yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, no worries. I thought, oh, fuck. What have I done? They know everything. And I was glassy-eyed, red-eyed and all that shit. I'm like, fuck it, I'm hungover. I'm like, fuck, I've got to put him... Long story short, got in the ring, smashed him. Knocked him out, smashed him. I was like, shit, this is all right. Then the promoter, the announcer goes, so who do you want to fight? And me, stupid, goes, fuck, man, I want to fight Badahari. I knew he was in the crowd. I go, I want to fight Badahari. The crowds are roared up. People go boo. Other people go, I'm like, fuck, I just called out one of the biggest guys.
Fuck fighting Badahari.
I'm going to get mauled. But I'm like, you know what? If I get the chance to fight him, I don't give a fuck. Less I can say, one day, hey, I fought this guy. He was a machine, And then after I sort of said that, I started thinking of like visions of, Peter Graham doing that Rolling Thunder and knocking him out. I'm like, I've got to come up with something like that.
Yeah, something fucking crazy. Yeah. Even fighting like a Rico Verhoeven or something would be fun. They would just suck. Yeah. It's like always. So we got in Adelaide. We're a very good fighting state. We Adelaide has always been very solid per capita, because of our population. We got fucking demons here. Yeah. And there's a couple brothers. There's these two brothers from Adelaide. There's the Spacey brothers. They're called Jack. I think he's like 11-0 in Muay Thai at the moment. And he's a demon. And when you meet these people, they're just fucking different to you. They're built different. Like even you, like you're just built so differently to me. It always baffles me to think that there's you and then there's just levels even above. Do you know what I mean? Like people don't understand how fucking dangerous some human beings are. Like imagine like John Jones. He'd treat everyone you've ever met like a 3-year-old child. Yep. Like he'd just be able to fucking melt them. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like there's just so many levels to violence.
Yeah, there is, and that's what always not kept me humble, because I've always been a humble guy, but I always knew there was someone always better. But also, I knew I didn't grow up, training in gyms and all that shit. I was a bit of a street fighter just to look after myself, because I was only a small kid. I used to get belted by Islanders, belted by this and that. Anyway, you just learn how to, stand up for yourself in the commission area. So even when I was fighting on the world stage and that, I knew these guys were way out of my league. And I was just wrapped to be there. And I knew I'm looking at these guys going, these guys are machines. But then, I'd start thinking, hang on, we're all in with a chance. We're heavyweights, I'm here for a reason.
That's the thing with heavyweight. You always got a chance.
That's right.
Especially when you got heavy hands. Like, obviously all heavyweights have heavy hands, but not all hands are built the same. No. Some people, when they touch, like Alex Pereira, perfect example, bro. Yeah. He does not hit people hard. No. There's just something about how he hits you. Yep. He does not wind up anything. I don't know if it's the structure of his body, because he's got a fucking massive back, or like he's got a fucking big legs or what. But when he touches you, it looks effortless. Yep. But he just kills cunts. Yep. Just kills them.
That's it. And that's exactly, and you come across guys that are just freaks, and shit, I can punch on, I can swing, but these guys have just got something next level. And then when you
hit them, it hurts.
Yeah, it does. And then when you're in that ring with them, or you're on that world stage with them, you're like, a lot of self-doubt comes in, because you're like, and I've always said it, I'm not meant to be here, man. The Paul Slavinskys, the Peter Grahams that have been, obviously they're all there, but I'm saying these guys that have trained all their lives and done all this, I'm like, even when I fought Peter Graham, I was like, I fought him on a week's notice or whatever it was, and I told him, I'm fighting Peter Graham. I'm like, fucking, this is grouse. This is like, these guys that I just wish to watch, and just, the next minute I'm in there and I'm giving him a bit of a crack for a couple of rounds, and mate, he didn't know where he was for a bit. He even said it. He said, "Fuck, man," But then obviously his legs, being the sportsman he is and being smart, like his legs come through. He just battered me with the legs, just chopped me down like a machine.
Which is the worst case scenario, like getting chopped out, hands down for no one that's been kicked in the leg. Is the worst case scenario. Oh, man. Or getting like liver punched or something, like getting the wind take, but just slowly getting your legs eaten up and being like, fuck.
I've got nothing.
I can't step on my foot to fucking punch you. I'm fucked.
Yep. And that's where the experience and all that comes through, and well, that's why they've been here for so long. And that's why they've fought all around the world. But even just to share the ring with them,
it's an honour.
Oh, mate, it was an honour. And I praise all the Australian fighters and all the boys. Slavinsky knocked me straight out and then proposed to his missus.
I'm sorry.
All that shit. And, I'm not...
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did. And you know what? I didn't even know, because from the time I got knocked out, when I come to, I'm in the dressing room and I'm back in all my normal clothes, all my tapes ripped off.
Oh, no.
My brother was there at the time. I go, my brother... What happened? He goes, he got you with left kick. I go, cool. What happened? I think I asked him about 8 times. Obviously, that shell shock. Apparently, I was signing autographs and everything coming out for the ring.
But you didn't actually come till you were backstage.
And then they told me about him proposing to his missus and all this stuff, and I'm like, well, I missed the whole show. But you know what? I still, fucking grouse. Like that to me is like I even got in the ring with a name like his.
Paul used to be, bro. Paul was the boogeyman back in your day. He was like terrifying.
Man, he was the machine. But I'm not going to back down for anyone. And if he goes, come on, you reckon we do it? I said, fucking oath, I'll do it, mate. If I had beat him, it would have been awesome. But mate, I knew that wasn't going to happen. I thought I'd just hopefully give him more than 1 round or 2 rounds. You know what I mean? But mate, even just like I said, to share the ring with him, share the ring with Paul Grahams and the people like this means probably more to me than sharing the ring with some of the guys I've fought overseas, because they're household names here.
But it's like that. Fighting Paul just holds heaps more weight to me because it's just Australian history. That's like he's a massive part of us, and you're big parts of Australian Muay Thai history. It just holds more weight to me here than you fighting in one. Like, you fighting in one's dope, but fighting Paul Slawinski in his prime, that's fucking cool.
I agree. That's 100%. That's what one day I'll say to my younger kids and all that. That's
pioneer shit.
I was bad, or probably maybe a bit retarded. I don't know what it was, but I fought and I got knocked out. But I still fought these guys.
And then you had the fights like Rob Fogarty.
Yeah, Rob. That was my first Muay Thai fight ever.
You just fucking tried to murder each other.
Yeah, mate. And we're still good mates with him, and we always have a bit of a laugh. That Rob Fogarty fight, even when James at the time, my trainer, goes to me, "You want to fight full Muay Thai for Australian title?" I go, "Yeah, okay, what am I going to do?" He goes, "You can fire elbows, you can do this and that." So me being used to play basketball, I could dunk it. So I thought, "Can you just jump up in the air and elbow?" He goes, "Yeah." So I thought, this is grouse. Anyway, long story short, we battered each other for all of it. Yes, Rob won, but I got to go out and dance that night in the nightclub. He didn't get to dance. He got wheeled in the luggage cart into the hotel.
Yeah.
I went into the room to see him afterwards. How you going, mate? He looked like there's still a photo of me and him. He's got cuts, bruises, broke his ankles on me. And he goes, "I won the fight." I go, "Yeah, but I get to go out and win the dance competition. See you later." But man, another tough Aussie boy. And my first Muay Thai fight was against him for an Australian title, and mate, awesome to do it. I was still green in kickboxing. I still didn't even know how to check then, so I was just copping him. I was just copping him, then just trying to batter him. But it went his way, and so it should have, and you learn from it, and I moved on.
Obviously, like all of our favourite fights, whether it be MMA, whether it be Muay Thai, whatever your favourite fight is. The best fights aren't the 4-second KOs. The best fights in the world are always the wars. Always. They're the ones you remember. The Robbie Lawler, fucking Rory McDonald's, or the whatever it may be. When you're sharing the cage or the ring with someone and you go through a fight like that, do you always have a mutual connection with each other? Because you've fucking taken a massive piece of each other's lives out.
If you're normal like myself and like people like Rob Fogarty and the guys like that, I think you do.
You have a bond forever.
You have a bond forever. And mate, look, 9 times out of 10 with anyone I've fought, I haven't really not got along with after the fight. Whether they knock me out or I knock them out, it's always the same. I don't hold grudges. There's nothing, mate. It's a sport. That's what we do. So there's nothing ever like that. So it's always been after that. We turned it on. We had a crack. We put on a good show. And I've always said it. I just want to, when I fight, I want to make sure the crowd are happy and we give it everything. That's why even if I'm getting battered, I'm not going to back down. You still fight. I think there's only sort of one guy that I fought that I was dirty on, and that was Faisal. When I fought him in Knees of Fury, I remember it clearly to this day, and like he's got a lot of won titles in different weight divisions. He had fucking about 200 fights or something. Like he was a gun. I remember we're at the Glenelg, we're at the weigh-in, and he's looked down and looked at how many fights I had. I think it was only like 16 or 14 or something like that, right? He's looked at his trainer, and he started smiling and laughing.
Son of a bitch.
I'm like, all right, I get it, but you've had 200 plus fights. I haven't had fuck all, but bro, I'm going to give you a run, bro. Don't take that for. Anyway, that was all right. I got over it a bit. I go do a train at the time, James. I go, look at this cocksucker. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll show you, We'll get in the ring. I'll give you a hard fight, whatever. Then we went down to the local 7-Eleven, right? Walking down there to get water, some bananas, whatever you do. Anyway, he's walking out. Me being me, just said, hey, mate, how you going? I'm not one of those fighters that want to, press my nose up and be angry and go, fuck you, this and that. I'm just not like that. That's just not me. I said, hey, mate, how you going? And he just looked at me and just looked away and kept walking.
Cunt.
I'm like, you fucking cocksucker. Like, who do you think you are? Like, do you think you're that fucking bad? I had no worries. That got a real fucking pep in my step. I started, fuck you. And then when I got in the ring, and he's doing all these fucking Michael Jackson dance before he's coming out the ring. You see me waiting to come out. My hand goes out of the curtain, go waving like, hurry up, get the fuck on, stop fucking dancing shit. I just want to get in there and punch your fucking head in. Anyway, we get in. I smashed him and all that. Ended up knocking him out, which is good. His head hit the ropes, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm jumping down. The ref's trying to stop me, and I'm like waving him, like, yeah, goodbye, you fucking idiot. That's just disrespectful what you did for me. Even saying, looking at my stats, which is okay, you got it. That's cool. You're going to feel confident. But then when we were sitting in 7-Eleven, you just don't say hello, mate. We're professional fighters. Hey, unless we've got beef from ages ago or whatever. Okay,
especially with Muay Thai, because Muay Thai is not like modern day MMA and shit. Shit talking's very popular in Muay Thai. It's not like you don't do that. Like Muay Thai is a very mutually respectful sport. Yeah. No one talks shit in Muay Thai.
And I think with like MMA, it's with the McGregors and all that. It's gotten bigger and bigger to have this big.
It's fun.
Like when he went around with Mayweather and all that, they'd be doing that, but then they go back in the change room. They're talking like mates.
Yeah, it's business.
It's business, and I get that. Hey, if it's going to make me fucking $10 million, I'll turn it on. I'll be that actor, but. It's for me, like one of the promoters, I think it was overseas, he goes, we want you to, push on this guy, blah, 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 say something that you're going to do this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I go, bro, sorry, I'm not that guy. So if he bridges up or something like that, don't worry, I'll hold my own. But I'm not gonna bad mouth and be, say something about his kids or something like that. I'm not that guy.
Like McGregor, Khabib, that got like too personal.
Yeah,
that was dark.
Yeah, you don't do shit like that, man. Look, we're professionals. We fight. Colin didn't have to do that. McGregor didn't have to do that. It's just
I do like though. Maybe it's because I like a bit of drama. I do like when two dudes genuinely don't like each other. Oh. When it's not manufactured and they act like when someone says it's on site, and then when it's on site, it's fucking on. I love that. Like when Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren, and he made an effort to knock him, like hurt him more when he was knocked out. Like that to me, I love that because he was talking shit the whole time.
Yep.
And Masvidal was like, okay, fuck you. Like I'll keep going till you die. I don't care. Yep. I like that.
No, I do love that. I love that a lot. But the theatrical part of it, the ones that just put it on just for the cameras,
the manufactured
I don't
beef.
like that shit because it's
gay.
It's just and it's not believable. It's just bullshit, And Americans have got a big thing about, they talk shit anyway. That's just Americans, yeah. But they've just got that. They overdo it. It's just too much. Sometimes.
They talk too much shit. These are delicious, by the way. Shout out to fucking Vodka Cruiser.
No, where's the G-ups?
Where's the G-ups?
Troy, get some G-ups here, brother.
Yeah. When you were at, I think you were at a Bucks show, and you were with Troy, and you had put something on your story. I was like, fuck, he knows Troy. He knows everyone.
It's funny. It's funny. It's weird. It's funny. It's weird because a lot of people say, "Hey, how do you know him? How do you know?" I just pop up in all these different places, from mates bringing over rap groups and shit. And then there's my head there. I don't know how it is. I don't know. I'm hoping it's just because I'm an alright bloke. And, I'm a chill cunt. I'm not. I don't. Think
everyone needs a 6'4" fucking cunt that can punch around. Well, really,
the amount of times I've looked after, like from years ago, Melbourne Storm players to the Krusty Demons, going with them on tour and shit like that, and just looking after, but just being one of the boys though, not.
Do you ever do security? You strike me as someone that would have dabbled in security.
I did
back in the day, or bouncer, at least bouncer work.
I was a bouncer in Melbourne when I was
Chapel
younger,
Street.
about 21. Not far. I started off. I think my first bouncer job was a place called the Depot in Richmond. And that used to get all the footy players, and the Sunday sesh there was huge. We have lines around the corner. No one could get in, man. It was just that joint from there, and that's how I met all the 99 Premiership Storm players that I'm still very good mates with today. That's how I met them, and it wasn't the fact that I'm looking after them, making sure that they're not getting belted or they're not, they're not starting shit or whatever. It was just, mates at that stage as well, and because I just knew everyone and then knew everyone in the security scene. If the boys grab me, we go to places. It's easy to get in. It's easy. I'll make sure the boys don't fuck up. They make sure no one harasses them or whatever. It was just easy, and it rolled on for them. I've got mates it's weird how the cycle works, and then you just know so many different people in different areas, from Troy to Robbie Madison when he comes over. He come last year. It was this time last year because it was my son's 3rd birthday on the weekend coming. Last year, I got a couple of mates over from my son's 2nd birthday. Robbie's in town. He goes, "Hey, bro, I'm in town in Perth. What are you doing?" "Oh, no, nothing. Just at home." He goes, "Oh, I'm just in the city." I said, "Oh, look, I've had a few drinks." He goes, "No, I want to catch up with you. Come over and say hello." He got an Uber out, come to my joint, had a few drinks, and a couple of Perth boys that I've sort of know, but only know through some mates because I've only been there for about 3 years. I said, "Oh, my mate's coming over anyway." He walks in, comes in, "Hey, boys." Cracks a beer and all that. They're all starstruck. They're like, and then he had to go. He stayed for a couple of hours, and then he had to go. And then they're like, "Bro, did that just happen? Is that who that? What the fuck's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's him, man." It's just, I don't know. I just put it down to, I don't know, probably apart from just knowing everyone and just being in different scenes, just being a half decent bloke, and not just a shit cunt. I think that.
Are you a footy man? Are you an NRL or AFL?
NRL.
Really?
Yeah.
From Melbourne as well?
Yeah.
You're originally from Melbourne.
Originally born and
bred in Melbourne. But you like NRL?
Yeah.
That's fucking, and Melbourne's probably the only footy state besides Adelaide.
Yeah.
Because we don't have NRL here. But when I moved to Sydney, bro, no one watches football in Sydney or AFL. No one. I could not talk about football, AFL to anyone. Everyone watches NRL.
Yeah, 100%. Well, where I grew up in Chadstone, and then I went to school down in Dandenong and all that. There was only 2 white boys in this Samoan gang that I was in. It was full.
You're in a Samoan gang.
In a Samoan gang, bro. Yeah, 2421. Which was all down Dandenong ways, and they were pretty nasty boys back then. And there was me and another guy, Jaffa, was the other white boy, and we were the only 2 white guys in this island, I think. So they bred it into us like rugby anyway, straight away. My family used to barrack for Fitzroy, they went to Brisbane, sort of drifted off, but football got a little bit too sort of light, sort of sissified a bit. So I was, they'd bump someone and they'd be like, "Oh, pulling it up" or whatever. So I just, went to rugby, and then, met half the Storm boys, and then just, I like that.
Sonny Bill's probably top 5 people I'd love to go on a bender with back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, our sponsors for this video, Outlaw Media on Instagram, all of the breaking underworld news of Australia. You can also go and follow his podcast on YouTube, Word on the Street, for all of the breaking news about all the crime going on around Australia. And for all of my people that can't breathe, go to breatheeasy.com.au. That's breatheeze.com.au. Use code SESH at checkout for 15% off. Support the podcast. It is fantastic. I can't sleep without them anymore. So go ahead and do that, and make sure to follow Outlaw Media on Instagram. Thank you. Enjoy the pod.
Yeah. I've been on a bit with a few of the other ones that...
Ben Cousins would have been fantastic.
Oh, yeah. if you could stay up that long.
Yeah.
But, even some of the old boys that we used to play with, the Storm boys and all that,
You used to play rugby, obviously.
No, I played basketball as a kid growing up.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Good, high achieving at it?
No, not really. I made representative, but that was it. But back in those days, my mum was a single mother. It was in the commission area in Jordanville, in the commission houses and all that. I used to go on a Friday night. I'd just hope to get picked up by another family member to take me, or one of the players' family's members to take me to a game. There's so many games I missed out because I just couldn't get to games. I didn't have the money, didn't have all that sort of, didn't even have money to get good decent shoes. So that sort of dwindled away. But then my eldest boy Malik, he played for Victoria. He came over and played in Geraldton, which is a country town just out of Perth. 2 seasons there, won the championship in NBL 1. Then he got...
This is your son?
This is my oldest boy, yeah. He just got back from playing in China.
So he does it like...
Yeah, we don't know why he hasn't been able to get an NBL like position, because the guys he's played against and played with, he's towed them up. But
is he
nearly the same height? About the same height as me, but athletic, like can dunk and just a freak. But he's in the basketball scene. It's basically whose parents are sucking whose dick, to get them in, or who's sponsoring.
It's not what you know, too.
That's right, and we're not that type of family, and I'm not that type of guy to go do a standover or say, hey, fuck, put my son in. He gets through on his own merit. So many NBA.
How old is he?
26 now, so he's
26.
sort of on the edge where he's probably not going to, be able to, make it, or they're going to give him a chance because he's too old, sort of thing. But he's had a bit of interest though from overseas clubs, Europe clubs. So look, I don't know, maybe he might get it then. But yeah, he's in basketball. He's the shit. I was never even close to him as a basketball player.
If one of your kids came up to you, or your sons, and they said, "Dad, I want to fight," would you let them?
Yeah, you know what? I would let him. I would, as much as it's such a hard thing as being a father to watch your kid fight. But the good thing is I've been there and done it, so I know
what not to
do, and I know, and in all honesty, if I had actually trained properly, like seriously, took it a lot more seriously than what I did, I probably would have gone a bit further. Even though it went pretty decent, pretty far, I would have gone a lot further. I was too rubber-armed, It'll be 3 weeks out from a fight. The boys are going out.
Yeah. Let's fucking go out. It's just fucking 4 drinks turns into fucking 2 grams and 100 beers.
And then you're trying to fucking cover it when you're training. Your trainers like, did you go out? No, I swear I didn't. No,
It's the same as me. I'm rubber-armed with everything. For some people, it fucking works. Yeah. It works out, and you seem like you've had a pretty you're where you're supposed to be right now, probably in life.
Yeah. Yeah,
and you've got do you feel like you have many, do you reckon you'd be chinny now, or do you have any kind of brain thing where you get foggy? Do you have concussion symptoms still, anything like that?
Look, I don't think I do at all. I don't think I do, because the times I got knocked out, the good thing with heavyweights is you're not getting better. It's one and done. Yeah,
That's
so it's
so true.
You get a lot of the little fighters that
copping 100 strikes before they go out,
and they're the ones that are sort of mumbling, and even though my wife probably says I mumble a little bit, but that might be when I'm tired or whatever, or that's just me. But
can't be bothered.
Yeah, can't be bothered talking. But look, I don't know. I think I'm in good shape with that. Look, if I could actually get my ass into gear and have another crack, my heart would love to.
I see. I was actually thinking about this before you got here. There's a new thing that's fucking red hot right now, the 1 minute scraps. Oh. Have you seen them?
No.
Dan Hooker. Do you know Dan Hooker?
Yeah, Dan. I know Dan.
It's not just Dan, but they do the 4-ounce boxing in a cage. Yep. IBC, I think's the promotion, International Boxing Association.
I knew he was doing the backyard things. I didn't realise.
No. In Australia now.
Oh, okay.
There's IBC, and they do 4-ounce boxing in a cage, but it's a small cage. You can't run you're fucking
telephone box.
It's fucking toe to toe, and they're doing that. And they also got the Hood Contender. I can't remember. Hood Rich Hefner's is his Instagram handle, but he's doing 4-ounce boxing as well. Perfect for you. I was going to say if you wanted to have another run at it,
that might be the thing. I've got to that's probably definitely. That sounds like that's right down my path.
But, do you reckon you have one more in you?
I've definitely.
But would it just be is it more of a pride thing, or is it you actually think you could compete?
I think, because when I go sparring some of the young guys, and when I have been going down and doing a bit of sparring, and I've just walked off the street and haven't fucking trained properly, and I've still got it. I've got it there. I'm sort of quick and agile for a big guy. I think, and then people see me and they go, man, you can
You're
still
actually a lot more athletic looking than I thought you'd be.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that in a rude
way. A bit, but
I thought you'd be even musclier. You look like a lot more athletic.
Yeah. Well, I've
healthy.
I've lost, obviously, I've got a fractured arm at the moment, but I had an operation about 3 months ago, and I haven't been able to train properly since that. So I've had a bit of like time off. So but this is like probably maybe 2 kilo of muscle more, and that's it. This is how I always walk around. I don't, like if I have to diet or I have to bring my abs back, it takes me a week to get it back. It's not, not much. So
that's that old school Muay Thai mentality.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself for 2 weeks.
Smash it out and get it done.
No eating. Fucking 10Ks a day.
Yep.
That's like when we were talking off camera about Slewinski and stuff and Alan Wong.
Yep.
Like, my best mate and all that used to train with Slewinski and Wongy. All those boys are the same. They just got the fear of God put into them at training. So the fight was always easy because the training's the worst part.
Man, I've never seen anything like it. Slewinski, do whatever, not be training. A week later, smash out pads for a week and be a machine ready to go 10 rounds. Man, he's just a freak. He's just... Yeah, and that's probably due to Wong and all the other guys just doing. Obviously he's got a gift as well, but it's just that sort of resonates in my head too. If I think when I got married a couple of years ago, I thought, looking a bit chubby. My chubby's probably everyone else's chubby is probably because when you're used to being a little bit leaner, as soon as you get a little bit more, you think, oh, I'm fucking fat. But mate, ate for a couple of days and trained for a week and I'm back in the game.
Are you like naturally a fucking aggressive person?
You know what? I'm such a chilled.
Yeah, that's what worries me.
Yeah, I'm a chilled guy. Because even people say,
yeah, but it's because you're too chill. Like you just wait. It feels like you're just waiting.
I'm most a chill guy, but if it gets to the point where it turns, it gets to that point. That's when it's just that's it.
First act.
Yeah, I thought just. Make sure it's actually what it's going to be, because when it gets to that point, it's done. It's no talking. You just swing. So yeah, I am chilled. I'm fucking easy chilled. But if I'm more nasty, if someone hurts an animal in front of me, or someone picks on one of my mates, or if someone's picking on an old lady, or picking on a poor little kid, or something like that, that you'll see me go from 0 to fucking
escalate.
Oh, in a minute, in a heartbeat. But if someone's having a pick at me and going, "Oh, you big nose, fucking,"
you can handle that.
I laugh with them. Yeah, good on you. Get cool, whatever. I'll let it go for a while until it might get personal, or I've told them it's enough, and then they'd keep going. But everything else, like
big man. I've been out with a lot of people that are very big men, and people always test their luck with big men, and it's always cunts my size.
Bro, you cop that so much.
It's always whenever, because I used to be the same. I was 18. I have like 30 Lebos behind me, and I just get real fucking like,
yeah.
Like, but now? It's a thing though. Like whenever you're like 6'3" and above, cunts just want to fucking push you.
Right, it's weird how they do it, from dudes just trying to be smart ass to dudes like seeing how far they, in sort of stages, they keep being a little bit smart, but in sort of stages, because you laugh at it a few times, and they're waiting for it to sort of turn a bit serious too. But then they're crying, going, yeah, and haven't even hit them or anything. And then they're going, oh, but hang on, I was just being all right. I just wanted to talk to you. No, mate, you've been a fucking smartass for half an hour. You've been trying to just get on which level's going to fucking wait to tip me. And you've been throwing little jabs in all the way along. I'm sick of being jabbed, man. I'm going to knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
You don't... And a lot of the big boys, I'm sure, like all the big guys would get that, And even with having some mates that I know that aren't sort of mates or other people, that as soon as you're around, you're around them, then they grow 10 foot tall and want to pick on everyone. And start thinking that you're going to come clean shop. But, mate, if you're picking fights just because I'm around, you're being a smartass. Hey, bro, if they hit you for doing that, hey, you wear it. I'll make sure no one else jumps on your head. But if the guy that you're being a smartass to, if you just get it on and he beats you, hey, that's on you, bro.
I've deserved some beatings before, bro. I tell you right now, I haven't copped them, but I've deserved some.
Yeah. I think we've all been there a few times, haven't we?
I look back now, like, and just hang my head in fucking shame at some stuff. I was like, fuck, I deserve to cop it. But it just didn't happen.
But at least you're in tune to it. You can look back.
It happened in the gym, bro. So the first time I realised, like, I should never start on anyone ever. The first time I walked into M16, we were talking about Miles Simpson before.
Yep.
Years ago, when I walked in there, I was like, yeah, I've fucking knocked cunt out before. Mad Dog. Like, me and my boys have all been in fights. Then you go in there and a fucking 14-year-old redhead pieces you up and the fucking girl beats the shit out of you. And you're like, oh, no. Like, I don't know how to fight.
Yeah, I'm not that cool.
No, I'm not that cool, like, at all. That's why I think it's really important for every kid to do some form of combat sports.
Yeah, definitely.
Every single kid should have at least jiu-jitsu or wrestling. Wrestling's the hardest one.
Yeah.
Hands down, wrestlers are fucked. Like, fucked. But I think every kid should go to a gym and they should get pumped. Like, every single kid.
100%.
Because I never got pumped until I was, like, in a gym. Yeah. Ever. I got into one fight where I got fucked up pretty bad on one of my birthdays, but we still won.
Yeah.
But there was, like, no... used to cry after some trainings because I'd be like, fuck, it just annoys you. Yeah. It takes ages to get over that you're not the man.
Yeah, you get those couple of street fights you had.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, definitely. And especially with kids, and obviously myself being older now, I'm 49, I'm 50 next year. I've got my son due next week. In 2
50
weeks.
Next year.
50 next year. So I've got my son due on the 17th. I've got my little 3-year-old, obviously my other 2 older boys.
You're a brave man, 50 and having a newborn.
Don't remind me, brother. Don't remind me. But yeah, look, it's beautiful. I'm more relaxed. I'm more chilled. A lot different to when I was a bit younger with my first kids. But I've looked at the whole sort of dynamics of the fight, but the fight game. But even for my kids, even if they don't fight, just the nightclub, the bars, just the whole scene. MMA's come in a big way, so I don't want my kids being choked out of someone.
A lot of cunts know how to fight now.
Yeah, and if people don't even know how to choke someone out properly, but even if someone grabbing you from behind and just choking you, you freak out. I don't want my kids to. The first thing I'll be doing is putting my young kids into MMA to learn how to defend themselves from that. Because
99% of fights in the street end up on the floor.
Exactly, and that's why I want them to know.
99. The first, I've told my missus 100 times, first thing my little cunt of a son's doing, he's going to wrestling.
Yep.
Because if you can build a solid foundation in wrestling, you're so set for the rest of your life because it's so hard.
Hands and that can come later. That's easy done.
Hands is fine, but wrestling, you need to learn it young because you now would never be able to go to wrestling. Our knees, I wouldn't. No. Our knees can't do it. Our bodies can't. They're not used to it.
That's right.
Like, but if you're a kid and you're made of fucking rubber, like, that's when you're supposed to learn. And I was saying to her, I don't know how you feel about it, but if my son comes to me one day and he's like, yeah, I leveled this fucking little cunt out at school, he's being rude to me, I don't know what kind of conversation to have with him about that. I was like, yeah, good.
It's a hard one.
Fuck him.
It's a hard one. And growing up with my mum always said, she said, listen, if you didn't start it, or if something's happened, someone's picking you, whatever, she goes, look, whatever it is, she goes, but get the first one in. If you think it's going to go that way, get the first one in, because I'd rather you get the
last
first one
person in's fucked.
That's right.
Like,
so
you're first to react. So that's why I never used to understand, because I got, particularly one of my mates, best street fighter I've ever seen. I owe so much of my life to him because he got us out. So he's one of those, you always have that one mate that has that story about a friend who's like, yeah, I've seen him knock out 8 dudes one night. That's my mate, Chris. Like, I legitimately have seen him knock out 8 dudes in one night just because we were fucked. Like, I started the fight and we were fucked.
The clean-up king.
But he acted so quickly and he was like, oh, fuck this. We need to do something. So he just did it. And then, but if I get him in the gym, I'd pump him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's just, it's whoever is willing to do it will win the fight 99% of the time.
Man, we're all susceptible to one punch on the chin can knock anyone out. Man, anyone can be, you don't have to be a tough fighter and all that. If someone throws a punch and you wear one, you get knocked out. That's just, if it hits a sweet spot.
Especially when you're all drinking.
And yeah, exactly right. And then when you fight someone who's like a street fighter or someone who's not in the fight game, they come from all different positions. It's harder to fight when you've been boxing for a while and you fight someone in the ring. Fighting someone new to it is harder than fighting someone that's been,
because it's spazzy.
because it's all over the shop. The punches come from fucking everywhere. They come from fucking Dandenong.
You're not
Frankston,
ducking and weaving. You got to fucking...
Yeah.
It's the same as when you roll. Have you done any jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
The most dangerous thing you can do is roll a white belt, ever. Because someone's going to break their knee because they're trying to kill you. They don't understand.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like having a fucking chimpanzee on top of you and they're just fucking trying to grab everything and shit.
Yeah.
It's the same with boxing. Like you said, like, it's not the person that knows how to box. It's the person that doesn't, because they're going to throw something fucking from Tasmania.
Mate, you got no idea where it's coming. You're waiting for the fucking, the post report to come through saying it's been thrown. Man, it's already gone on your chin.
Boxing's one of the most underrated. I never got into boxing heaps because I've just to watch as a visually as a fan, it's not as fun as MMA. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I'm not an old school boxing. Like, you would love boxing because you grew up obviously in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So you would have like a deep connection to boxing that I don't have, because when I was growing up, MMA was on the uprise, so that was my thing. Like, I didn't have the Tysons and shit back when I was growing up. It was kind of the dead era of boxing when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But I thought I used to have good hands because I was training MMA and Muay Thai so much. And then I went into a pure boxing gym to spar some of these boys. My mate was like, come to the gym. He was the head trainer there. He's like, let's just do some sparring. Went in and first time in ages, I fucking cried in my car on the way home, bro. I was like, there's no way. Like, they're fucked.
Yep.
Like, fucked. They're fucked. You can't hit them. And when you do hit them, they roll. So you don't ever hit them clean. Yeah. And they just pump you.
And then you're getting hit in the fucking side of the head. And you're like, they're meant to be in front of me, and they're like,
he's fucking over here.
Yeah, well, that's you're right. When I started boxing, like, I grew up with it a little bit, but one of my best mate was a bloke called Chris Buster Noble. He was a fucking awesome boxer in his day from Sunshine, and I sort of got into it, and then met like people like Barry Michaels, old world champion, Lester Ellis. I was trained by Lester Ellis' brother. Lionel Rose, my good mate's father, Mickey Rose's old man, all that sort of era. So it was like, that's why I started off boxing first, and then kickboxing was just sort of happened. Like, I sparred James Rosler a couple of times, and then Keith wasn't training anyone, and he seen me at the shops. He goes, "I'll come down. I've got a gym now." I go, "Okay, cool." He goes, "Come down, do a little bit of boxing, whatever, a bit of kickboxing." I go, "What are you gonna do?" He goes, "I kick." Went down there, threw a couple of kicks. He goes, "Come on, we'll fight." I'm like, "All right." So, boxing, it started it all off, and it was big back in that era before MMA and all that. But everyone that boxing, like you said, they've got good hands, man.
They're fucked.
They've got good hands.
Yeah, but it's not even the hands. It's just the ability to not let you hit them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and it's so frustrating. You
hit
just
and not get hit.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. You go to hit them and they're behind you or the side of you, like, fuck, stand still.
Yeah.
Stand still, mate. This is bullshit.
Do you follow combat sports?
I do off and on a little bit. Like, when I got mates that are fighting or so, I keep an eye on it, but I sort of, not as much as when I was fighting. I was sort of all over it, but now I've sort of, I've got more things more important. I've got kids running around. I've got, I'm off time doing shit around the house and all that. So I sort of try to keep an hand in it. I'm more focused on when, one of the boys like I know, or any of the Australian boys fight. I'm always there backing them. Always watch, keep an eye on it. But I've sort of drifted away a little bit, I think. But
it's a hard thing to keep up with. There's so many fights now.
Man, when I was fighting one championship was fighting every week in a different state. Different country. One was it was massive.
They get packed out there too.
Man, I've never seen.
That would have been your biggest crowd.
Yeah, they were. That was the biggest
what's
crowd.
His name? You fought that black guy.
Alan.
We
actually just having a look at it last night on the TV.
That was a groin kick one.
He's full of shit. Like, lovely bloke. Like, I terrorised him for a bit after that.
He's a fucking specimen of a human being.
He's a specimen, but he's got no heart. He's weak as piss. I need him in the face before. We're watching it last night. It's funny. I need him in the face, clipped him in the face, and then we've come down and I've sort of given him a light knee, but it was on the inside of the lap. He's claimed it's his balls. Even his brother, he went out in a stretcher. He went out, bro. When we got out of the ring, I was walking with him in the stretcher. I go, "You're weak as piss." I said, "This is fucking..." I was filthy on it. I told the promoter and all that, I was fucking filthy on it because he dogged it, right? 3 fights before that, he got kicked by a Moroccan, shin kick straight in the nuts, like Perler. Because he was winning and he was beating him, mate, 2 minutes, he shook it off and goes, let's go. Me, I'd done that because he knew he couldn't get me. He knew he was going to cop it.
And you were an older fighter. It would look like wouldn't be a good look for him to lose that fight. That's right. Respectfully, yeah. Respectfully though, yeah. you were probably put there as a stepping stone for him for a highlight reel, probably
100%. Yeah.
And then this is not going to fucking plan.
Mate, he kicked me across the head, and I just stood there. He's like, it's definitely not going to plan. And when he felt that launching knee into his head. And another knee, he actually dropped it. I've thrown a knee, and I've just gone boom over the top of him. He's just looked. He's like, oh fuck, in a bit of trouble. This big guy's got a little bit of, he can move. He's got a little bit of agility about him. But yeah. And then I peppered him on Instagram and all that shit. And he actually, and props to him. Like I say, like he's got no heart and all that, no problem. But then I was terrorising him a little bit, and then he just said to me, hey, bro, look, I'm sorry, blah, 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 but look, I don't say bad things about you. He's actually a really lovely guy. I go, okay. I said, no worries, we'll leave it at that. I said, no worries. He goes, but I'd like to fight you in MMA. I said, yeah, no problem. We can fight at anything you want. I don't care what we fight in. It can be anything. It can be thumb wrestling. I don't give a shit because I'll beat you. You're weak anyway. But yeah, he's actually he's really. I don't know how he's a fighter because he's actually got such a lovely and nice nature and heart. But that one I really that still haunts me and annoys the shit out of me.
Is that one of the ones?
Yeah.
We'll continue on this. I just really need to take a piss, so I'm going to pause it.
Perfect. All
right, we're back, and neither of us remember what we were talking about because he's got fucking CTE and apparently so do I. Do you remember the moment in a fight where you were like, I'm too old for this now? Because I feel like you're the type of cunt that would fight till the wheels fall off. But do you remember a moment in a fight ever where you were like, okay, maybe it's not, this isn't a thing anymore?
I don't think I don't remember that. I don't think I've ever thought about that. In a sense, it's more been, it's probably just before you're about to go out, you smell that tile or you're all taped up and you like, the self-doubt comes and you're like, what am I fucking doing, man? I'm fighting a Moroccan he's 25 years old. He's a fucking machine. He's coming out of the slums. This is everything to him. And I'm here fucking shits and giggles, drinking piss.
Concreting.
Yeah, drinking piss a couple of days before the fight. You know, being a bit of a man whore and shit like that. And I'm going to fight this guy who's been training for months and months and months on end for this shit. And I'm just taking the piss doing it, a couple of weeks of training and then going and doing it.
You didn't want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you... And kids are just built bigger now. I think because of fighting, like especially the UFC's popularity. Back in the day, the heavyweight division's so thin around the world because if you're naturally your size and athletic, you're going to a sport where there's a lot more money. You're going to footy, NRL. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And because there's just more money in it, you got more chances of probably making it. Because of size and shit. Like, in America, they're going to NFL. If you're an African-American dude that's fucking 175 kilos and can sprint like Usain Bolt, you're not fighting.
No.
You're going to get paid $80 million a year in the NFL.
Yep.
But now, you're slowly starting to get those kids that would have gone to the NBA or NFL or NRL or AFL and they're starting to fight. Like, have you seen Tom Aspinall?
Yeah.
Bro, he's fucking like 27, 6'6", 6'5", and 130 kilo lean.
Yeah.
Freaks.
It's crazy. And it is, and like, because you see a lot of like NRL players or footy players or whatever their code was, doing fighting sort of as they're coming off their main profession, and that's why I think. But obviously with UFC and with social media these days and all this shit, like to get seen these days is so easy, to go viral on something is pretty easy, if it's in that right genre or whatever. But the UFC, all this stuff, it's so much in the glitz and glamour, everything now. So to do that is is a good payday. Obviously, if you make it up right up there, but as well, it's so focused and so over everything. You know, look at all the pubs that are showing UFC. Look at all. It's gone from being a sort of nasty sport to
it's mainstream now.
Yeah.
Right. I went to the Jack Della Maddalena for Islam Makhachev. We were talking about it 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
I went to the pub on a Sunday. It was fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Thousands of people.
Yep.
Thousands.
So that type of stuff is just it's building it, and it's like, you know, if you had that in your mind and you could play footy and you could do this and that, but you had that always that you want to do fighting. So you go do your footy, but you're like, oh, I'll put it on the back burner. I can just pick that up a little bit later and do it. Whereas now that if you do it and you do it from a young age, you know, it's like some of these other UFC fighters and all these fighters are coming through, man, you could be a multi by the time you're 20-something and be a world champion.
Have you seen the Run It stuff? I love that.
I've been watching.
You went? Have you been?
I haven't been, but I've been watching on a little bit of the net and that.
Someone's going to die.
100%, man.
I think they already have, actually. I think someone died because they had a head clash, and it was a young man.
Yeah.
I love that, but it's like jousting, but with fucking Maoris.
It's got to be policed a little bit.
Nah, they need a, with the Run It shit, the two people need to look at each other and say, I'm going to go left, you go right. Yeah. So you don't fucking head clash.
Yeah.
Because everyone looks at combat sports like, oh, it's barbaric, blah, blah. Having a fucking 250 kilo Kiwis running at each other, fucking head first, someone's going to die.
I think it's a pretty racist sport too, because you know what? Us white boys have got no business being in that. Islanders are built for that shit.
I swear, if they will let me, I'll do it.
You're a braver man than
Open
me,
weight, nah, that's fucked.
I'd want to wake up from that, you know, and my luck would be paraplegic or something, or snap my neck, man. Them boys know how to hit, man. Those rugby boys and shit like that, and the big Islanders, man, they're built for that shit.
Islanders are built for everything. It's hell annoying. Yeah. We always, whenever we used to go out into town, there'd be like 40 of us, and you see Islanders, they just hang around in pack of two.
It's bullshit.
They need two of them.
And from the young to about they get to their sort of mid-30s to 40s, and that's when they all blow out. That's when it all sort of, you know, it slows down for them. But before them, they're fucking 16-year-old kids, and they're bigger than anyone in the joint. They're belting people. Like,
in Adelaide, we don't really have like a big fob community of like Maoris and shit. You grew up in the golden era of Victoria when the fucking gangland wars were going on and it was fucking chaos everywhere. What was that like?
That was pretty crazy, because being a fighter and just being around all the blokes that I knew, and obviously doing a little bit of time inside and all that, it was, you were partying with everyone. You know, everyone was there. All this shit was happening.
Because I only know them from Underbelly, the show, but you were there.
I was there. There's a lot of stories. We won't get into that at all. But it was crazy time, you know, because we used to party. Like at one stage, everyone was partying, everyone was cool together. And then next minute, you know, the wheels started falling off, and they're going against them and this and that. But we were sort of friends with still everyone. But then, fuck, do we stand near them, or do we, you know, just keep away from them because there's a hit on them or this and that, or it was just crazy. That was crazy. You know, a lot of people lost a lot of friends, and you know, we all lost people in that. And it was absolutely crazy times. But as for that, that's another.
Do you get flashbacks of what you're seeing on social media now in Sydney and Melbourne of what was happening in the 80s and 90s in Victoria?
In a sense, but I don't get it in the sense that it was more, not cultured, I don't know the word for it, but it was more like if they were going to get you, they'd get you outside of your place or get you a certain...
There was no crossfire.
Here now,
these cunts don't care.
Houses, they don't give a shit. They're just doing whatever. It's all
they're filming it for TikToks,
bro. They're filming it for TikToks. Well, where are the? You know, years ago you wouldn't know a hitman. You know, he'd be a nobody. He'd have no social media. He'd have nothing. This and that. You would never know who it is. These days, like, you know, it's a little bit more. It's all out there. You know.
Have you ever, in your travels, because you're a very confident man, and I think from what I can gather from our brief interaction tonight, your best attribute is that you just don't have a fear. and it might be to your detriment sometimes, but like you strike me as someone that's like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't have like, I'll fight this guy, I'll fight that guy. You just no fear.
Definitely.
Has there ever been anyone you've encountered in your life where you're like, fuck that cunt?
Oh, look, yeah, there's been a few moments, that I won't mention names and all that, but there's been certain things in my life that I don't know how I've got myself into or whatever, but there's been, when it, not the fighting part of it, it's when it's got more serious. Like full proper serious shit, like that's when you're like, fuck yeah, I can swing and I can have a fight and I'll back myself, whether I beat him or whether I at least can get out of there and, give him a little bit, But when it gets to the point of the other things, when the heavy artillery comes out and all that shit, and you're like, well, this is a different world. This is different. This sort of next level. But there's been a couple of sort of little things that you sort of stop and think. You go, fuck, is this what it is? Is this is this worth it? Is this?
Is that what led you to more serious fighting?
It probably did. Like when I started fighting, I got out of jail. I had my first son.
How long were you in jail? Sorry,
man. I'd done fuck all. I'd done 4 months of a 12-month sentence.
Good enough.
Mate, done fuck all.
Good
Done
enough.
4 months. Done a month in the slot for a stabbing. I don't know what happened. They tried to get me on attempted murder for that. I fucking got no idea. I'm fresh in jail. First ever time. Got 12 months. 4 months. The rest suspended. Had to do 4 months. I'm in the slot for a whole month. Went from one of the easiest prisons to Barwon in that 4 months. Jeez. It was like, yeah, and did that. And then I was like, you know what? Anyway, so I got out. I was like, you know what? I can either hone my skills in and do this or do that, or actually just pull my head in a little bit. And then my mate Chris Buster Noble, I said, we were watching some fights one day, and I said, fuck, man, look at that guy. I could fight better than him. He goes, you'll never fight. Fuck off, blah, blah, blah. So that's what made me get into it, and I thought, and plus a bit of, fitness, get me away from, I was on the Eckies, pretty badly, having good times.
Before we continue that story, shout out to early 2000s, late 90s Eckies.
Mate,
They'll never be
the white
mitzies or the red mitzies.
Come on, man.
We'll never... If you're listening to this and you're under the age of 18, never do it, because it's not as good as it will never be as good as it was.
Never.
But that was my flavour of problem when I was younger. It was the Eckies.
Oh, mate, they were such good.
But yeah,
no, they
continue.
weren't. Anyway, sorry. Don't do it, kids. Yeah, that's just shit. But yeah, that's so I started training and started, doing all that just to sort of straighten myself out and just to do something as well, and just a bit of fitness. I always liked being fit, but that's next level fitness. I didn't think it was going to be that hard, and one thing led to another, and then started off there, and then started having some fights, started knocking a few people out, and then it just rolled on. But which I'm so thankful for it did, because it did straighten me out a little bit. Not that I was off the level where I was that bad. It's not.
It could have gotten bad though.
It could have kept going bad. It could have kept snowballing into the sense of just going down that path and knocking around all that shit and just go down the wrong track. But it didn't. I got to fight all around the world, which I never ever thought when I even had my first fight, I never thought I'd ever get out of the amateurs. Next one, I'm fighting all around the world. Like it's still, even to myself, I still pinch myself. It's still crazy, to think that happened. But that wasn't the plan. It was just to straighten myself out a bit, have the sport, to prove to my mate that I would fight, because he said you're never going to fight. So that was another thing. I wanted to prove him wrong. And then, it just sort of went from there. And I'm thankful it happened. I'm thankful at how it happened too,
Is it really hard for you to ever replace the feel? Because I'll never feel this. And one of my biggest regrets in life, because I don't have many, but one of them is not fighting when I could have. Because now there's no point. There is no point now at all. Like you, I'm so comfortable in life, and I guarantee the cunt that I'm going to get matched up with is not.
Yeah.
So, but I was at a point one time where Miles was like, yeah, you should fight. Like, you really should. And I was like, I'm so scared of losing. Like, I'm so scared of it. Yeah. What's the feeling like, and how hard is it to replace when there's X amount of people watching and you just get that KO?
I've always said there's no greater high. There's no greater high of being fit drugs, alcohol, and anything cannot replace when I was fit and actually put my head down and I was fit as
Fight ready.
Fight ready. It was probably under Nick Carey when I trained with Nick Carey, machine, absolute legend, best bloke, best fighter, tough as nails, best trainer. When I was with him, I trained that hard. I was that fit. There was no better getting up in the morning and feeling that you could just punch on with the whole world round after round. That was the best feeling. Then you match that up with going to the ring and walking into the ring, and I looked around. I think it was in Bangkok when I fought for one there, and the joint was just, it was like the MCG, chockers full of people. It was just unbelievable, the atmosphere and the Thais and all that. They love it, mate. They're so boisterous and all that. It was crazy. That feeling, I can't. Even now, you can never get that back, and you can't keep searching for it because it will never happen.
And I think that's one thing that is the downfall of a lot of people that retire from fighting. They're chasing that feeling that they'll never get back. Because if you can't let go of the fact that you're never going to get that again, it can be a mad spiral.
Okay, and you look at some of the older fighters, I won't mention one of them, but he was on top of the world champion and everything. So everyone used to dag him being the world champion. Obviously, like to drink and all that, but then as you're not fighting, you slip away, you go to a place, you're still the world champion, everyone wants to dag you, but they want to drink with you, and they just feed you with full of piss, and then you find yourself just going out to get, you get that sort of, everyone's dagging you a bit, so you get that bit of,
But also then you're not the man anymore.
No,
like,
you're not.
Like you're just when you let yourself do that, you become just a washed up cunt at a bar.
That's exactly right.
And you're that old, sad man at a bar. I fucking used to do that. You know what I mean?
And before you know it, you're a fucking rolling alcoholic,
and your family's gone.
And you're punching on with maybe dickheads in the pub that think they can have a challenge with you.
You get rocked by one of them.
Yeah, bro, you're drinking piss, and and you still think you got it, but then when you've had fucking a million beers and some idiot just sneak as you from the side or whatever it be, there's no, you can't ever.
So you don't. But I'm telling you, Andre Meunier, IBC.
Yeah, now you've alerted me.
Do you know who?
She's not going to be happy with you.
She's not going to be happy.
She's not happy with you, but
have you? What's his name? Happy.
Yeah, the big.
He's heavily involved in it.
Yes, Happy. I've been watching him because
fight him. You and him.
Shit, yeah, he's a machine. He's good. Like I say, I'd fight anyone. I don't.
I'll corner you.
Done. Let's go make some money. Fuck it. Well, I did a podcast for did you mind me mentioning that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Did a podcast for the Clink. Russell, an awesome bloke, top bloke.
Is it Perth based?
He's Sydney
based.
So
is it fighting orientated?
He does fighting, he does train, but it's more of everything, sort of everything. Because he's he's ex-bikie, ex sort of crook, you could say, or
the
not
Clink.
that sort of the Clink, right?
I will link his podcast in the description of this one.
Yeah, awesome, yeah, because he's an awesome guy. And we done a podcast a few months back, and we're talking all that, and he sort of have watched me and followed me and all that shit, and awesome, but he's like, have you got one in you? Would you do this? And then he started saying about bare knuckles.
You always got one more, bro.
Always,
nah,
bro.
Bare knuckles fucked.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't think my hands would hold up to it because they're so battered. But he's going, bare knuckle. He goes, would you have a crack? I said, fucking I thought I'd have a crack. He goes, okay, if anyone's out there listening, bare knuckle, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'll have a crack, mate, 6 figures and I'll have a crack. I'm at the age where...
6, I might get you like four and a bit figures, bro, from this.
See how hard I'm doing it that weekend.
I'll corner you for free.
see how much I'm doing it that weekend. If I'm doing it hard, we'll do it. But like, because I got offered a fight early last year or year before, I think it was Sonny Bill. They offered me to fight Sonny Bill.
You didn't want to do it?
No, I said, yeah. I said, no, I'll do it. I said, but I'm not... I've done what I've done. I'll put on a good show. Whether he beats me or not, I'll put on a good show. That's why you're ringing me.
You'd fuck up Sonny Bill.
But I reckon I would.
I reckon you'd fuck up Sonny Bill.
But I said I want 6 figures. I'm not stupid. I know how much these rugby players are getting. I know how much Gallen all them getting. Well, I know that. So you know what? You give me 6 figures or come close to 6 figures, and I'll do it.
80 G's,
mate. I would have done it.
80 G's, easy, because you would fuck him up.
Yeah,
he's not a fighter.
No. He can't brawl. He's just and I said that, and
they don't understand.
And then when because I'd been training I'd been out since before COVID because of COVID and all that, And they rang me when I was in Perth. They go, I said, fucking oath. I said, yeah, I'll do it. I'll start training now. I'll do it, no problem. But I want this much. I want 6 figures or something close to it. They go, okay, let's see how we go.
He's full like.
As soon as I said I'll do it, it was like I never heard back.
He's full Islam now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's full Muslim.
He's on that one. You have like a thing with ex-athletes pulling out of fights with you. Barry Hole.
And
I did some research before the pod. Barry Hole, and do you know what? In all honesty, you would have killed him. But he does have the best KO in AFL history.
He does. The sneako.
He could fight. Like when I say this, Sonny Bill would bash 85% of the world.
Yep.
People don't understand the difference between athletes and fighters.
Yeah.
They will never understand it because there is a zone you go into. Once you're in the cage, it doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter. There is an adrenaline dump. You're standing across from a man that wants to actively hurt you.
Yep.
It's so different to an athletic endeavour like rugby or something. And Sonny Bill's athletic as fuck. Could he knock you out? Yeah.
Anyone can.
Yeah, like honestly he could. But I know 22-year-olds that could fucking like maybe knock you out.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Will it happen? No.
Yeah.
But they could.
That's right. But when I went to fight Barry Hall, like I still remember, like I'm mates with him now. Like we speak every now and then. We follow each other. He's a good bloke. When we're in Chapel Street, we're at a place called Cafe Sienna, and I seen him in there, and it's just been handed to me that we're going to fight. I said no worries. And he turns up at Chapel Street, so I sent over a saucer of milk. Calling him a cat, just jading up a little bit. He had a laugh. We had a laugh about it. It was all good. Then when it got closer, then I don't know whether it was the promoters or anything. I won't dive into what was sort of said in that, but the promoters, I don't know what happened, but they got to change the heart. So they got some guy in and was an absolute bum. He was absolute fucking bum. And then Barry was going to fight him. So I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. But anyway, it is what it is. Then Barry pulled out. I messaged Barry and spoke to him. Okay, mate. I didn't message him. Speak to him. Sorry. I seen him at a New Year's party event. He was there. I go, hey, bro. He goes, hey, how you going, mate? I go, mate, listen, what happened? Why did you do that? He goes, well, I'll tell you something. They got me this guy after they said you were going to fight. They go, the promoters were making all this money. I was making fuck all. And then what happens if I had a loss to this bum?
Yeah.
He goes, it was my name on the line. The promoters were making all the money, but we weren't making fucking. I wasn't making that much. I go, I fucking respected how he said it. I said, mate, you had more to lose than anyone.
At the end of the day, what I respect now, no, I don't. I respect it, but also I can see why you wouldn't. Fighters are a lot smarter in how they go about fights these days. Well, this is a separate thing, but it just clicked to me. The youth now are so much smarter with how they pick their fights and their managements and their teams, especially in MMA. Because back in your day, like you were talking about the fight that with the bad blood, how the guy looked at your number of fights.
Yep.
Back in the day, no one looked at your losses and wins. It was just, especially in Muay Thai.
Yep.
Muay Thai is the number. Once a fighter hits 100 fights, it's a milestone. Like, they don't care if you're 59 and fucking 41.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care.
Yep.
Now, the O means a lot.
Yeah.
So everyone's like a lot more savvy about their brand.
Australian boxing, as well as some other sort of things, it's all bullshit these days.
Boxing's always been like that.
Everyone's too worried about to fight everyone in their own fucking backyard. Fight all the best in Australia, then go out and then take on the world.
That's why I love
Aussies.
that Cambosis.
Yeah.
I love Cambosis.
Mate,
he'll fight a fucking tiger if he
people can bag him and say this and that, and that. Mate, fuck off. The bloke knew he was up against it, and look who he's fought. He's fought all the best, mate. He can always hang his head up high. No one can ever shame him going, "Oh, you dodged him, No, he fucking went.
He
and fought
everyone.
I've got so much props for that bloke.
He earned hundreds of millions of dollars while you're sitting at home eating a sausage roll in a rental with a woman you hate.
Yeah. Claiming, he should have fought this guy, should have done that. You're some boxing expert and you haven't even had a fight with your mother. These wankers, man. And that's the shit. And that's shit thing about boxing. And some of the and it's gone into other different fight scenes in Australia.
It's the same in MMA now.
Yeah,
It's the same.
Fight all our best here and smash everyone here, and then go fight, and let's all go together and fight and help each other out and go fight the world. Fuck it, mate. We're all Aussie. Let's fight the world.
It's
Fuck
like my favourite boxer to watch of all time. I watched all of his highlights. It was always Lomachenko. I love watching Lomachenko because he's a freak.
Yeah. Fuck,
he could lose 100 fights. It doesn't matter to me. His footwork is fucked. It's just fucked.
I watched him in Perth. He's crazy. I watched it up front, like you can see him on TV, but then when you actually there and watch it, and you can see what your eyes see. It's not what the cameras. Mate, he's a freak.
It's like he's 4 seconds ahead of you.
Bad.
Like, you know what I mean? But he had I think it was 258 amateur fight wins.
Hey, look, Cambo's going to fight him, mate. Hey, he's fought the best, bro. He's killed it, mate. And that's, mate. Anyone that sort of wants to bag him, go fuck yourself, man. Like this Aussie guy fucking went and done what he did and fought the fucking best, mate. He didn't take a backward step. He didn't hide. He didn't do anything, mate. He went and put it all on show, and mate, done well. So, you know what? Hats off to him, man. He's a legend, man. That's all we need more people to do in Australia, especially in the fight scene.
Australia is one of the best fighting countries of all time.
Yeah.
Per capita, mate, no one understands. If you look at the numbers, I don't know how many. We've probably got like 30 million here. Something like that.
Yep.
Maybe, and fucking 10 million of them are Indian.
Yeah. Probably 12, actually.
12? Like 12 or 15 of them are Indian. Per fucking capita, no one raises as many champions besides fucking Dagestan, Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowhere in the world. Yeah. We are fucking freaks.
And we've been there for a long time. It's not just overnight.
But now it's starting because the mainstream media never gives any respect to these guys. It's through Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and other avenues now that these guys are becoming superstars.
Yep.
And they're becoming known because for some reason mainstream media just shits on our fighters. Alexander Volkanovski, I think, is the one that changed it for everyone. Yep. Everyone loves him.
Yep.
And he's probably, in my opinion, greatest Australian fighter of all time. Who's yours?
In MMA, it's like
just combat sports athlete. Who is your number one Australian combat sports athlete of all time?
That's a hard one. There's so many because I like to back them all. I love to back all the Aussie guys. From Hogg to some of the old school fighters like Barry Michaels and Lionel Rose. The early ones that took on the world. Like Lionel Rose.
Old school Danny Green.
Like I've not fought on Danny Green's undercards. He's a machine. He's a legend.
Even Mundine. What a weapon.
Yeah, man. Like we've got so many.
Homeboy that bet Pacquiao.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Horn.
Jason.
Yeah.
Not Jason Horn.
No, Jeff
Horn.
Like there's so many. That's why I can't pick one because I just like to back all the Aussies and everyone. And it's shit in Australia that we've got this. I don't know if it's tall poppy syndrome or whatever.
We have massive tall poppy syndrome here.
Like even when I started fighting overseas, right, I wanted an Australian tracksuit. Now that's all I wanted. I wanted to try and speak to some people to get just an Australian tracksuit, just to represent my country. I'm going overseas. I'm fighting in Japan, fighting in Dubai, fighting wherever. I don't want money from the government. I don't want anything. I just wanted like an Aussie tracksuit.
Cost you $9.
Yeah, just gay. Like give us a chop out. Come just to promote our country. But yeah, they'll give it to fucking people that are doing fucking I don't know what's that fucking fake horse jumping shit. They're all around on a fake horse and paint. Man, they'll give it to people like that, but they won't give it to people that we're putting fighting for our countries on the map. And fights. I know it's shunned upon a bit, but we're out there representing our country. I love Australia. I want to represent it. I want to wear an Australian tracksuit, but these pricks wouldn't do it. So you have to get all your own stuff made up. There's no backing. There's no, even from our own people. Like everyone's quick to say, "Oh yeah, Cambo shouldn't have fought him. He this and that." Blah,
do you know why? Because the unfortunate thing about fighting, you're only as good as your last fight in a lot of people's minds.
That's right.
And like, even with like, I cannot sit on a fucking high chair right now and be like, I'm not like that, because I am.
Yeah.
Like when Volk got head kicked and knocked out by Islam, I was like, fuck, he's done. You know what I mean? But then he came back and he won the champ, and then I'm like, Volk's the best of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very recency bias sport.
Yeah.
But the Australian media and government do fucking nothing for fighters in Australia.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And they should hang their heads in fucking shame, because these cunts, they're not swimming in a pool. They're not doing anything. They're going out, they're modern day fucking gladiators going out into a ring or an octagon or wherever it may be and representing Australia to the fullest.
Yeah.
But instead, you give all the coverage to cunts that throw a bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And I say, like people like in the K1, like Rico and all that, they fight from out of the Netherlands, out of Germany. Like they all make millions.
Superstars.
Make millions. They got Porsche sponsoring this and that. They're on every billboard and everything because the country gets behind them.
Go be a Russian champ.
Yeah.
When Khabib won the belt, when he went back to Russia, Putin fucking bought him like houses.
Yeah.
Like, you're a god. You're...
Mate, Australian government, so fucking... have a look at the way the country's going with all this bullshit and gender and all this
You're better off cutting off your dick and turning your hair blue.
Mate, if I cut off my dick and said I'm going to be a transgender fighter,
You'd be a good
they give me $1 million in fucking funding and pay for the snip.
All right, so we're not going to bare knuckle anymore. Andre's fighting in the UFC women's division.
Him was her, him, mate, something like that. I'm going women's division. I'm going to take over. It's absolute bullshit. Yeah, they'll give money to that, but they won't give money to fucking everyone that's coming up and, representing their country over the world and fighting all the best.
Did you just see this massive backlash? They had the world's strongest woman comp.
Oh, I just seen that.
And the bloke won. But they revoked it.
Yeah.
They revoked it.
Oh, because everyone fucking arms up and then walked off.
Yeah, because this poor bitch who came second has trained her whole life for just a mentally ill fucking retarded cunt to come in and blow her out of the water.
And then you get all these right people going, oh yeah, but he's changed, he wants to do... No, mate, you're born a fucking bloke. You can dress as a woman. I don't care what everyone is. If
don't
you're gay
perform
or whatever,
with them, though.
Don't care what you do.
Don't compete with them.
But don't compete with women, because that's just... You can't, right? And then don't want me to address you as a female, address you as something different to what I know you are. Like, you can be like that. I'm not against trans, I'm not against any of that shit.
Don't fuck with women.
But, and don't jump into women's sport and fucking and be all the high money, I'm beating him and all that. No, fuck off. You're a bloke. You know what? Come back to the blokes world and come in and jump in the ring and get beat like a bloke. They probably haven't got beat enough when they were growing up. I don't know what it is.
Some of them are hot. Let's be fucking... I'm going to look you dead in the camera right now. Some of them are very... Like, they're fine, but they have their purpose.
Did you lock the door, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Was there something in my drink? I feel a bit lightheaded.
No, but we will cut it off because you're on a business trip at the moment.
I'm on a business trip.
You're on a business trip.
701 pumping.
And your missus is 30 seconds away from popping at any moment. So we will cut it off. But it has been a pleasure and an honour to share the shed with a very important person in kickboxing and Australian combat sports. And I thank you for coming on so much, bro.
Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. And, mate, guys like you that giving us the opportunity to fucking have a chat and all that shit, man, it's fucking awesome, mate. Well done, and I hope many more fucking podcasts come up. And, yeah.
We'll do this again next time you're down.
Definitely.
Next time. It'll be a bigger one next time.
Oh, shit, yeah. Well, I'll have to stay for a couple of days.
Easy, bro. Thank you.
Mate, cheers, mate.